Today we're going to talk about my book collection, The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I think this is a great display of his storytelling ability as well as his world building. Fahrenheit 451. We had to read this for AP English, but this was one of the books that I really enjoyed having to read. Speaking of books I had to read, this is my copy of Dante's Inferno. I had to buy this and read this for AP English back in high school, and I've just kind of held on to my copy. I guess since I purchased it, I feel responsible to own it. Plus, having a work of classic literature in your room makes you look super smart, so there's obvious benefits there. The other one I had to read was The Odyssey. This one's really cool. I think the tale and the story itself is really fun. I think being 2,000 years removed from the telling of the story makes it a little harder to relate to. Out of all the books I've read, this book probably has the single greatest impact on my life. I read this when I was just getting into high school, about sophomore year. I am a Christian, and as a Christian, I strive to learn more about what I believe and why I believe it. Life with God by Richard J. Foster. The Pursuit of God by A.W. Tozer. Forgotten God by Francis Chan. Knowing God by J.I. Packer. Don't Waste Your Life by John Piper. Just Do Something by Kevin DeYoung. Zen, The Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Discipling. The Problem with Pain by C.S. Lewis. Old Testament in Contemporary Preaching. Passion by Louis Giglio and several others. Sound Doctrine by Bobby Jameson. Notes on the Psalms by some dude. I picked this up in the library. One of the pastors at Olivet College was getting rid of books. He gave them away for free, so I was able to snag this one. The Cost of Discipleship, Dietrich Bonhoeffer. This is actually a book that I wanted to get, and I was super thrilled to find a free copy at Olivet College, so thanks to the pastor. The Gospel by Greg Gilbert. I think you're probably seeing a pattern here. A lot of the books I have relate to Christianity and my faith. So it is a big part of my life, and this book has a really nice job of explaining the crux, the very pivotal parts of Christianity. Here's one that isn't so much about Christianity. This is The Genealogy of Morals by Friedrich Nietzsche. 12 Years a Slave written by Solomon Northup. Into the Wild by John Krakauer. Call of the Wild and White Fang by Jack London. The Bible, I think it was written by, I don't know, some guy named God. You might have heard of him. It's not a big deal. If I had to recommend a couple of books from my collection, I would recommend Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. This is a great work of literature. It's extremely exciting. It's extremely prophetic. It really deals with how technology can destroy us or help us. I'd recommend Just Do Something by Kevin DeYoung. This book is fantastic, especially if you're a Christian in college trying to figure out God's will, or if you're not a Christian and you just want to know what everything's about. Great book, a lot of wisdom in here. The Genealogy of Morals by Friedrich Nietzsche. Again, this is an extremely difficult book to read. It's this thick and it took me all summer. But if you want to be challenged, if you want to be compelled, this guy has some deep, dark thoughts. And it's a great book even if you disagree with what he says, like me. I don't buy everything in this book, but I think he challenges with such vigor, it's worth a read. And last, but certainly not least, is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Again, this is my favorite book. The narrative is fantastic. The characters are exciting and lovable. And in the end, it really brings a holistic view of what a story can be. I love it, love it, love it. Read The Hobbit. So those are my recommendations. That's my book collection or book checklist. I mean, I own more books that I haven't read than I have. I hope you don't think I'm too nerdy, but if you do, that's your loss. Bruce Baker signing off. Do the way.